to try pig ears when I was learning how to tattoo, but I never tried a pig. I used my own leg.
Matty's heard the MRI myth too.
I don't think that it's true because I would hear a lot more about people coming back to the tattoo parlors and being like, what happened to my tattoo? But I've never heard anybody come into a tattoo parlor and say, I went and got an MRI and my tattoo exploded. You know, I think that would be pretty big news.
The pork is cut into portions. Matty will use 2 different inks, a regular tattooing pigment and a special brew full of iron oxide, the one compound that reacted to the electromagnet.
Matty, here's the ultra metallic pigment. Check it out, see if you think the consistency is good enough.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah.
Right, it's time to get some pigment into this pig.
It's kind of gross.
You're not getting near my arm. You're not getting near me with that thing.
Carrie, it might be safer if you stick to felt tip.
Let's see if there's any change near it.
Careful your credit cards and stuff again. Make sure you don't wear a wallet.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. I have bobby pins in, I can feel that too.
Back at the MRI machine, the super iron oxide ink takes on a life of its own. The container is suddenly sucked right into the core.
So that ain't gonna work.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work.
That was completely nutty. The iron oxide got completely sucked into the magnet.
Yeah, the box flew right off, and that was pretty cool.
Thank goodness we taped the top. Otherwise, I don't think they'd let us come back.
The pork bellies are primed for scanning.
Okay, so this is our special Mythbusters Super Iron Oxide ink.
So if anyone's going to explode, it's going to be this one.
There's a glitch on the image. The heavy iron oxide content seems to be having an effect.
So you think that what we tattooed is actually making an interference on your scan?
Definitely.
But it's not explosive.
Well, it didn't explode, so go ahead and blot it and see if any of the pigments came up.
No?
No.
No pigment's been pulled to the surface.
All right, so next one we're going to do is the traditional iron oxide, what you normally find in a regular tattoo parlor.
The iron oxide in the regular ink also interferes with the scan, but the effect is much smaller. But in the end, Scotty, Tori, and Carrie are left with chunks of unexploded tattooed pork.
All right, Scotty, exploding tattoos, tell us what you came up with.
Well, clearly iron oxide is the culprit here. Iron oxide definitely reacts to the magnetic field, and it's very common in a lot of tattoo inks. But at most, it's going to cause heating. There was one case of a blister with the operators that we talked to, but it's not going to explode.
So you're telling us there was no exploding tattoo?
No, Jamie, I know that disappoints you, but I'm a little relieved about that.
So myth confirmed, plausible?
Myth busted, I'm saying.
The Mythbusters killer quicksand rig's almost ready.
Push up, push up.
My foot was stuck under it, sorry.
Well, you know, we make this stuff up as we go, and it's always surprising when it actually works like we thought it would, and that's kind of the way this looks like it's doing. Everything's coming together relatively quickly. Very good.
Oh, look at that, that's beautiful.
Just gotta hope it works.
If this valve right here failed, the pump would cease to put water into the tank and our sand would become a deadly solid mass of sand that we would be in.
There's nothing like a huge piece of earth-moving equipment to bring out the boy in Adam.
You're good. Stop.
Well, how about that?
Now I gotta figure out how we're gonna get at that underside. That's pretty scary letting it go all at once. There she goes.
Really?